Previously on Moes Rants.
They dipping out. They going back to the house. Charles is like, look, you two. That's a nice house that they had too. This nigga Terry said, man, I sold some jewelry at the pawn shop. Here you go. Wanda's like, why did I even come back? Nikki's in there crying. And as Brillo said, this man, Charles, gave them the money that Terry has been making. Like, this is all the money I have left. Negro, all that money is from my eye, man. If it wasn't for my eye, then we wouldn't have had none of this money. How you got that big of a stack and Terry ain't got no money? Talking about y'all need. I get the message, but everything else, all the antics before you telling us we brothers and we need to look out for each other. Come on, Charles. This nigga Charles got a bankroll on him. As a poet in Detroit once said, ain't nothing more important than the moolah. How did he get that? Big Sean know what he talking about. How the hell does Charles have all this money and Terry ain't got none of it and it's Terry's business? Talking about this is all the money I got. Nigga, if you got that much money, why we in so much of debt? Why we ain't got that TV console yet? That's what I want to know. If I'd have had that bankroll, oh boy, man, let me tell you something. That 32-inch would have been at the house. Paid for. None of that layaway shit. Hell no. If I had money like that, shit. Man, we would have got 2 TV consoles. Had them motherfuckers sitting on top of each other. The bottom one's 150 pounds. The one on top of it is a little 27, but it was about 100 pounds. Charles got bankroll. Mind you, we just had to pay out. He paid. Wait a minute. Whoa. Now we got to do a little bit of digging because we had to pay out of pocket. Charles was upset. They had to pay out of pocket last week to get all the vehicles fixed because the insurance didn't cover it. Where was all this money at? If they were penny pinching and they just turned a profit, how you get all this? Charles, where's this money? Charles, you hustling on your own or you got it? Charles, okay, I see what Charles is doing. Charles is backdooring the insurance company. Oh, we did hear Marquisha say about insurance fraud. Man, Charles is the leader in insurance fraud in Detroit right now. How he got all this money? Touch a class car service. They only slit the tires on the car that Terry was driving. All the other ones, Charles went in there and did it. Filed a fake police report talking about, yeah, they hit all the cars. Okay, Charles, where you get this money from? Think about it. That would be the perfect setup. Now they not covered for vandalism. So what did he do? He slit all the tires on the cars in the shop. So now it's a breaking and entering. It is a potential burglary. It's not vandalism. They broke into the building. That's where the crime started. Charles is slick. That's how Charles got that money. He didn't file a police report on the damn business. Okay. He got a police report and started up an insurance claim on, hey man, we were burglarized. We wasn't vandalized. We were burglarized. Okay, Charles, let me find out you doing some dirt on the low. What y'all think about Charles? How Charles get that money? Someone explain to me where he got that money. I at least gave y'all a scenario on how he can get that money. Miss Mabel only threw 40 at him, unless he making a lot of house calls. Charles, don't let me find out you making these house calls, Mr. Tool Man. Charles the Tool Man. Charles, what? Lucille, she was a little bit too comfortable with that prostitution word or that church. Let me find out Charles is stopping by all the women in the congregation's house for 40. For 40. 10 stops, that's 400, y'all. You do the math. 10 stops, that's 400. I could do 10 stops in 3 days. I can honestly, shit, for $40, I could do 10 stops and 10 stops in 10 hours straight. I wake up about 8 o'clock, get started about 9 to about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Give me some leeway, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to take a lunch break because you can go to one of their houses and they're gonna eat. Yeah. I'm doing 10 stops in a day. Charles worked for Pat. Charles had a lot of the money to buy bras. Yeah, they could have bought some real nice bras right there. Credit card would have been paid off, everything. Charles said, here's y'all money. Get up out of here and y'all take care of each other. All right, let me know what y'all think about Charles, man. That's really it for Charles. And we didn't already did an hour on these two, so we want to get into the characters. Charles, I think Charles is a good man. I'm giving Charles his perspective. I'm trying to stand up for my dog, man. That's my homie right there, Charles. I respect him, man. You know what I'm saying? Charles a 50 OT. Now Charles a 40 boy. Charles a 40 boy. Charles pull up to the crib Dola. What's the key word? Fix the fan. Fix the fan. Yeah, what you doing, Charles? I'm fixing the fan. How are the blades on the fan? They spread apart. Oh, Charles, they spread apart on the fan. Come on, Charles. Yeah, when you call the house, just say you getting the fan fixed. Charles 40. We got E40 and Charles 40. Okay, Charles 40. Oh man, good old Charles, man. Good old Charles. All right, who we got next? I give Charles credit, man. He looked out for his boys at the end, even though he don't necessarily like Meech. He loves him because it's his son, but he don't like him. You know what I'm saying? You can have love for someone, but you ain't gotta like him. He still told them to stick together. So regardless of what they got going on, the bigger picture from Charles is like, hey man, I've been giving y'all a hard time, but we still got to stick together no matter what. So even with him trying to get Meech out the game, he's been sending this message the whole time. It just hasn't came across until now. Now when shit really gets serious, this is when your kids listen to you. Think about it. You tell kids to do stuff all the time. Don't do this. Don't do that. They do it anyway. And then they realize why you told them not to do it. Now they got a certain respect for you. When you tell them not to do something moving forward, they're like, oh, damn, they were right. Now, this whole time he's been saying, get out the game. And all of a sudden, Meech and Terry, like, nigga, we got to go to Atlanta. This shit's serious. We just got a call that somebody got caught with 3 bricks. Man, that's putting everything in jeopardy. Your 2 kids is leaving. You got to tell them at the end of the day, like, whatever happens to me is about to happen to me. I'm going to stay here because I can't just get up like that. But if I could protect my kids, regardless of where the money came from, Charles said, y'all get the hell up out of here. So I give him credit for that. We got to give him some credit for at least supporting the boys to get the hell about the city. Charles 40 is crazy though, OT. And Dina girl, yeah, you know it. The fan, they spread apart. Charles 40 be up in that thing.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.